Can I show you something that's not there? Look in verse number 14. See where it says, so when he saw them, he said to them, go show yourselves to the priests. See that period after priest? See that exclamation point after the period? Now the next thing you see is the word and, right? But the word and is not next. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, the word and is not next. It's not next because what's next after the quotation is a space. So in between the quotation mark and is a space. If you were reading this silently, you would skip right over it. If you were reading it out loud, the period would make you pause, stop, take a breath, and then say and. If you were typing it, when you got to the exclamation point, you'd have to push the space button, which indicates that there's no words that belong there, and that priest is separated from and. And so that space, that red little box you see there, it looks like nothing, but that nothing is something. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, it looks like nothing, but that nothing is something. I know it's picky, I know it's petty, but that space right there looks like nothing, but it's something. As a matter of fact, it looks like nothing, but if you think about it, it is the invaluable and invisible piece to a pattern of how to get good results from God. That's a clue. That's a clue to a pattern of how to get positive results from God. And if we look at this pattern, we see in this passage, the 17th chapter of Luke, this is an example of dozens of times where you see a pattern of how people go to God. They ask him for something, and they get what they ask for because they followed this pattern. It's not a formula. It's not automatic that, 1 + 1 = 2, but it's a pattern. More than likely, more often than not, if you follow this pattern, you will get positive results from God. And here's the pattern. The first thing is you have your request. Everybody say your request. It starts with what you ask of God. You ask of God a miracle. You ask of God a healing. You ask of God a job. You ask of God a house. It starts with your request.